Hello and welcome to the Sahaj Music Database. It's a personal project that I've been working for the last 15 or so years, give or take. It started with a simple conversation with a yogi in New York many years ago, where I was interested in documenting, what are the common scales at which, what are common pitches that you use for the various songs we use in Sahaja Yoga. And that's what it grown out of. So this is the starting point of all the documentation. Of course, it led to various other things like documenting additional pitches at which other performances have been done, documenting a good example or recording of the performance if it's already available somewhere. If it's not, then I put it up on my own Google Drive and link it out here. So that's the media column. Making sure we know what beat it is being used, so that while practicing or performing with or without an accompanying percussionist, if we have to use an app, it's easy to, if you're using an app for accompaniment, like a tabla app, or if you want to communicate to your tabla player or percussionist what beat you want. Let's take an example here. This is a song. We document what page it is in. So usually when we are trying to sing it collectively, we are able to announce a page number. Let's say Marathi 25, which is again a moving target as new songbooks get published, but I think the newer songbooks are trying to preserve the page numbering. Also try to document the beats when I practice to see what speed at which it sounds a manageable performance on a collective basis. Not everybody can sing fast or slow, and I try to document when I study how the song is being received when we are doing it collectively. If there's a basis to the raga, I try to document it. Originally, I was using the occasion column to document the deity so that it corresponds to pujas, but we need additional kind of occasions a lot of times when we're doing children's program focus, or just doing a non-standard event like Holi, or just having an evening of music fun. So added those, and that's why I created a separate column for deities associated with the song, if applicable. So it can be used for pujas. Start documenting notes and chalans, so common phrases of notes. For instance, we have this song, Aaj Apulya Shri Mataji by Meena Fatarpekar. So what are the notes? Of course, the first note is always pure sa, but then the second rega, that ma is shuddha or pure, going up the scale, shuddha ascending, and it's sharp or tivra descending, and so on. And then it uses both the shuddha and komali. And if somebody was more savvy with raga knowledge, which I'm not, they could even figure out what the raga associated with it is. I use a different tool for trying to figure out ragas, but there are ragas that have the same notes, but they have different approaches. So in this example, I don't know what that raga is, because all of these ragas use that kind of a note set that we just noted. It won't stop us from singing the song or enjoying it, but if somebody wanted to do a classical enhanced performance, they could maybe pick from one of these and say, okay, I'm going to sing this in such and such raga, and then adapt the bhajan to it. Sometimes I do have the ability to document the various phrase combinations that are most common in that particular song. So sa ga ma pa re sa as an example phrase that's commonly repeated in the structure of the song. Now, all of this comes together nicely on this very simple tab called Pick a Song. So if I were to pick that song, it would give me just the information about that song instead of having to pore over that very detailed sheet. So I'm going to pull up the same example song. Alright, so lyrics probably not in our songbook, but it is on one of the Saj Yoga albums. So I do try and link out and document those lyrics whenever they're not available in our standard books. I know the original the performer had sung it in C sharp. She's female, so it may not work for me, but at least I'm aware. Adda tal, which with some basic knowledge of talas, you would know it's a variation of teen tal. Speed in my app that I put if I wanted to sing and enjoy it by myself. And then a link to the video. So all of this is pulled from the previous database that I said. The more technical information that might help the singer or the harmonium player gets pulled up here. So this is the C that the sa or the pitch that I use personally, so that gets pulled up here for me. Okay, I prefer, instead of C sharp, I prefer to go in C for my own range. And then all those notations about, you know, what kind of a scale is it. So we have the regular, so sa re ga ma pa corresponds to do re mi fa sol la si da, but it's a shifting scale, so we can fix any key as our pitch, the bass pitch. In this case, I'm aware that I'm to use Shuddha Re, Shuddha Ga, Shuddha Pa and Da. In ascending, I use Shuddha Ma and Tivra in descending, and then use both Komal and Shuddha Ni, whether ascending or descending. So this cuts down a lot of the confusion and a lot of idle time or dead air if I were to pick this song in the middle of an event and say, you know, let's spontaneously try and perform this. So that's kind of the core service of the database. I have some pivot tables that help us. Okay, if we were going to present a specific raga, then this is a pivot on the raga column. So let's say if you are interested in, hey, what's Jajavanti related songs? So we have a few, and we can get to a quick short list. We have a pivot of occasions. So, okay, birthday puja is coming up, or Easter or Christmas is coming up. So just a quick list of songs that were marked for Christ and Mother Mary get pulled up. So I think that's where I'll end this video, which gives you a quick tour of the main components of this tour. Thanks for watching.